What's going on, everyone? Joe back with Grill Joe's Barbecue, and today I wanted to start a new series. I had some people asking about a real beginner series, the basics on how to cook some of these cuts that I do, some of these different meals. I thought it'd be a great idea to start with a cut that not a lot of people have experience cooking, so it might be a little worrisome to jump into. The tri-tip. This is an awesome piece of steak. If you haven't tried it yet, you are missing out, and I'm gonna show you a perfect way to cook it. Super easy, and with it being a basic beginner entry-level video, we're gonna be using basic seasonings that you should already have at home. We're gonna be using the Weber kettle, charcoal grill, trying to do things that everyone has so anyone can replicate this cook. So let's get started. The very first thing you gotta do is get that charcoal up and running. I'm using the Good Charcoal Company lump charcoal today. This stuff burns hot, it burns fast, and it just smells so good. There's no chemicals in this. It's just pure lump charcoal, and it is awesome. You can get it at the Home Depot. It is great stuff. I love cooking with it. So I got that going in the Weber kettle. If you don't have the little side baskets to put your charcoal in, you don't need them. You can just pile all your charcoal on one side. So you want to start that charcoal up, get it nice and hot, pour it all on one side of your kettle, and then close that lid off and get that grate getting hot. So once your charcoal's going and that grill's getting hot, you're gonna come inside and prep your tri-tip. Now at Costco, these come in a double pack. I'm only gonna use one of these today. I'm thinking about grinding the other up into some burgers, but we got some beautiful cuts here. You'll notice the triangle shape, that's the tri-tip, the namesake of it. Great cut here. We're gonna decide which one we're gonna throw on. And I'm just gonna look for whichever one has a little bit more marbling that I like, and it's pretty obvious. Check out this guy right here. You can tell by that marbling that this has some nice fat throughout this steak, and this is gonna be a great cut. So we're gonna put that one down. I'm gonna vacuum seal this one, get it in the freezer for another day. So like I said, we're gonna be using some basic seasonings that I think a lot of people already have in their kitchen. I'm gonna be throwing down some coarse sea salt, some pepper, and some Lawrys. Now this is a great combo. I throw this on brisket with a little garlic and it's amazing. So I think it's gonna turn out awesome on this as well. I have a full cabinet of seasonings I could throw on this, and a lot of them come to mind that I'd like to use. But again, going with the basic, we're gonna use some basic seasonings. This Lawrys has a lot of flavor in it. I love using this on steak. I'll make sure you get those edges. Then I'm gonna go over with the pepper. I'm using some thicker pepper. And then lastly, I'm going it over with the salt. I use the salt last because the Lawrys has some salt in it, and I want to hit this last because I already have this covered mostly. And this is coarse salt. I like that thicker salt on there. And then you can pick it up, kind of get some of that seasoning that's fallen off. And that is ready to go. So to get a perfect cooked steak, there's a few things you need. You need to have the good cut of meat. You need to have the seasonings that you like. You gotta have some good charcoal, but you also need a good meat thermometer. I'm using the new Meat Stick Chef X today. So the Meat Stick Chef X has a 650 foot range on this little bad boy. It comes in this awesome blue color that has the smaller meat stick, so you can use it in smaller pieces of meat, as in chicken breasts, but I'm gonna be using it in this tri-tip today. It lasts for 18 hours with a charge, and it connects to the app just like all the other meat sticks. So we're gonna get this in here, get it set up. All right, so I hit the button, I hit set up cook, and then I'm gonna go down to grill, beef, steak, and then you can set the temperature you want. I'm gonna be taking this to about 135 degrees. So I'll set that. Target internal 135. Ambient, it's gonna get really hot. So I'm gonna put that up to 570 for now. Sending cook to meat stick. All right, now we take this out. I'm gonna remove this little piece of paper. Look how small this guy is, just a little mini. And we're gonna put it right in the middle of the thickest part to try to get the best reading we can. And with these meat sticks, you want to insert it all the way up to the ceramic coating, because this area can get up to way hotter than what the inside stick can get up to. So we hit start cooking. what we're gonna do with this cook is, if you watched my last video with the tomahawk, we are going to throw this directly on the fire, sear both sides like what we want it, and then we'll put it off to the cold side of the smoker. That's where we'll finish it off to the temperature we want, and then we'll let it come inside and rest. So let's go outside and throw this on. All right, so we got this side of the grill piping hot. This charcoal is smoking hot. We're gonna take this tri-tip and drop it right on the hot side. Ooh, that is smelling good. I usually just kind of go when I flip these, but a good rule of thumb is about 2 minutes per side on the sear. So we're getting about 1.5 minutes in now, and we'll take a look at it. That's looking pretty good. We're gonna give it a little turn, set her back down. Now there's not a lot of fat in these tri-tips. You're not getting a lot of fat dripping down into the fire like with my tomahawk and that flare-ups. So you're just getting that direct heat over that really hot, good charcoal company, giving you the sear that you're wanting. So we're gonna flip it over, give it a sear on this side. All right, guys. It's about 104 degrees outside today, so as I was filming the second side of that sear, my camera overheated. So I had to bring it inside and put it in the refrigerator and let it cool off. But I seared the second side of that tri-tip, and then I pulled it off the heat, and I set it on the cold side of the grill, put the lid on, and I closed those vents down to try to get it around 250 degrees in there, and that's where we're gonna let it finish off at. But while that's cooking, we're gonna go ahead and make some chimichurri for the tri-tip. If you guys haven't tried this, it is great. And going with the basic beginner series, I'm using the mix that you can buy at I got this at the Tulsa Grill store. This is awesome, super easy to make. I have made this fresh before and it was just as good, so we're gonna go with the mix today. So for the mix, you use 1 part of the chimichurri. We're gonna do 1/4 of a cup because I'm the only one that's gonna eat this. So we're gonna put the 1/4 of the cup of that in there. You mix 1 part chimichurri with 1 part vinegar. So I'm gonna use 1/4 cup of vinegar. And then you mix this up together. And then you do 2 parts of olive oil. So just under 1/2 cup of olive oil. Just like that, you got yourself some super simple to make chimichurri. This stuff is an awesome flavor enhancer for steak, and it works great with the tri-tip. So this is gonna go into the fridge, and then we just gotta wait for that steak to finish. All right, guys, I just pulled it off the Weber. It was showing about between 120 to 140 across the whole thing, so it's kind of hard to get that perfect temperature. There's some hot zones across there, but man, it looks and smells awesome. Now the last step we're gonna do, this thing is hot. We're gonna pull that meat stick out of there. And what you really want to do with your steak when you get done cooking it is you want to put some butter on it, and you want to let this rest. So I'm gonna put some nice swatches of butter across here like that. Then I'm gonna take some foil. We're gonna tense it over it. We're gonna let that tri-tip rest. Normally, I like to let my steak rest for about 10 minutes. I was outside taking some pictures of this one, of course. So we're gonna let it rest for another about 5 minutes or so, then we'll get cutting into it. All right, guys, it's been around 10 minutes. Let's take a look at what we got. A beautiful smelling, juicy tri-tip. Now, there is a lot of debate on the proper way to slice a tri-tip. If you watch the Netflix show BBQ Showdown, and the tri-tip king of Texas, he sliced his up and the judge's like, oh, you sliced that wrong. I'm here to tell you, I can't really tell a difference either way when you slice this and eat it up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it in half, like I always do. Let's take a peek at it. Ooh, baby, look at that. That is looking awesome. I cannot wait to try that. All right, so the main argument on the slicing, this is incorrect. You're supposed to take it and cut this way. But now that I have two pieces sliced up, can we taste a difference? This is the incorrect slice. Oh my God. Fantastic. Guys, they chew the same, they taste the same. Don't worry about slicing it the wrong way. People get too concerned about how to do it all proper and perfect, and you gotta do it exactly this way, you use exact seasonings, you gotta cook it exactly this way. None of that matters. What matters is getting an awesome end piece that tastes amazing and cooked to how you like it. This might be a little more rare done than a lot of people like it, but this is perfect for me. I'm gonna take it, get some of that chimichurri. Gosh, guys, if you haven't tried tri-tip, you really need to. This is gonna be the first episode of the beginner series. We'll do a quick recap. You wanna get that charcoal started first. You wanna get half your grill really hot to get this nice sear on the meat that you want. Once you get the charcoal going, you're gonna prep your meat. Super simple seasonings on this one. Salt, pepper, Lawrys. Tastes amazing. Throw some garlic in there, or if you have some seasoning you like, use that. Once you get it outside, you're gonna sear it 2 minutes each side. That'll give you a pretty good sear if your fire is hot. You're gonna put a meat thermometer into it, move it to the cold side of the grill, and then you're gonna monitor it until the temperature you want it done at. I brought it off at about 135. If you want it less pink on the inside, take it up to 145, 150. It's wherever you want it done at. Bring it inside, put some butter on it, and let it rest for 10 minutes. You're gonna get yourself an amazing steak. And this isn't just for tri-tip. You can do these for thick cuts of ribeyes, tomahawks, any steak cut you want. This is gonna give you an amazing cook with. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time. And don't worry about cutting your meat the wrong way, because it's gonna taste awesome either way.